Hey, I want to take a little time here today to talk to people about something I think is very important, but I think they often don't really consider. And that is that you shouldn't buy your ammo offline. Now, I know a lot of people buy their ammo offline because they can get more for their money. You know, they save a couple of bucks, might be able to buy one more box of ammo than what they save from buying it locally. But I'm telling people, those few bucks you save, they aren't worth it. It isn't worth buying your ammo offline because the things it does to harm your local firearms community will cost you way more than a couple of bucks in the long run. Because most gun shops, they really rely on ammo sales to stay in business. They don't make enough profit off the guns. They need to sell ammo and accessories also to stay afloat. And when you take that revenue source away from them, you're really harming those businesses. I see lots of people be like, oh, we don't have any good gun shops locally anymore. And I'm like, well, did you buy accessories and ammo from them all the time whenever you needed it? Oh, no, I got offline. I saved $8. And I'm just like, well, it wasn't worth that $8, was it, if you lost all your gun shops? Gun shops locally are very important. Now, I know a lot of people think, well, what if the gun shops disappear, I'll just get stuff offline. But that's not the case. You know, that's not the whole story there. Because, for one, you can never be guaranteed you're going to be able to buy stuff offline. They're passing laws here in Washington saying basically that dealers can't sell to people in other states. They're trying to make it to where you can only sell inside your state. So if your only option is a gun dealer offline or online or whatever you want to call it in Indiana and you're in Nevada, then you're out of luck. So don't count on that. But here's another thing that's really important about local firearms businesses. They are often the only thing standing between you and anti-gun legislation. Here locally, in the fight against 1639 Sporting Systems, a local gun shop was pretty much the only soldier on the front line fighting for our rights. They were out there visibly fighting. The NRA came in, made a bunch of money, paid it back to themselves, and basically bailed. It was a local gun shop that was fighting for our rights, and they will continue to fight in the courts, along with the GOA. So local businesses are important. They are the ones often fighting the fight. And also, if there's a pro-gun legislator in your state, they can often use the businesses that exist in your area or your county as a leverage tool. They tell other politicians, hey, if you vote for this and this and this anti-gun initiative, you're going to be putting this many people out of work in our county. And they've got friends, they got family, they all talk to their friends and family, and pretty soon you've got a large chunk of the county that sees you as someone who just took jobs away from people. So local businesses that are tied to the firearms community are very important. You know, so I would encourage everyone, buy your handguns locally. I always say that, but especially buy your ammo locally if possible. Especially if you've got a local supplier of ammunition. Then you're, supporting two businesses with one purchase. We locally have a business here called Minuteman Ammunitions. I love their ammo, so I try to buy their ammo through a local distributor. That way I'm supporting two different businesses. And there's also another downside of buying ammo online, and that is when you're trying to buy self-defense ammo. That boutique-y stuff, the stuff that's specially made for self-defense. It's really hot stuff or, really uniquely made stuff, stuff that you don't buy and stock up on, just something you want enough to fill your magazines with for self-defense. Often buying that stuff offline, you got to buy like 10 boxes of $2 a piece ammunition to justify the shipping costs. I don't want 10 boxes. I want one box, enough to fill 2 magazines. I don't need that much of it. I don't want to have to overbuy on something I don't want when I could use that money for something else. That's why I like to try to find that stuff locally. I haven't been able to find most of it locally because, a lot of the more boutique stuff people don't stock. That's why most gun manufacturers or most gun businesses, most gun shops will carry, the most popular stuff, the stuff they're going to sell most of. And that's why I say buy it from them, because they need that money. But sometimes you need something a little special, and a lot of gun shops won't carry it. That's really one reason that I'm glad I found this business locally. Hey, I just want to take a second here to show people that occasionally you got to look around if you want to find the little gems in your area. I just recently discovered this place, Limitless America, and I say discovered in the Columbus sort of way, meaning that they were already here and already in business and everyone else already knew about it. I just come out here and take the credit for finding it. So I just discovered them, and it's not a gun shop, it's more of a supply shop. So let's go on in there and see if they'll let me film inside a little bit, and I'll tell you all why I'm glad I found this place. And the answer to that question of whether I could film or not was yes. But there were too many people in here at the time to film, so I decided to just take some pictures and show everyone. I was actually very surprised when I went into this shop. I mean, they have a lot of stuff I would have never even thought. They have a lot of Glock parts, they have survival stuff, they have accessories like lights, they have 80% lowers, they have 80% Glock lowers, they carry body armor, they carry lots of different things. But mainly they carried a lot of ammo. That's what I was happy to see. And it wasn't just basic ammo. Now, they did carry the Minuteman ammunition, which, like I said, I'm very fond of, like this ammo a lot. So I was glad to see they carried that. But they also carried a wide variety of what I call the more boutique self-defense ammos. Stuff like Underwood and Buffalo Bore, you know, stuff that you don't want to have to buy 10 boxes of, stuff that you want 1 or 2 boxes of. And I was thrilled to see that because now I've got a local source to when I don't just want bulk ammo that I can stock up on for self-defense, you know, in a shit hit the fan situation. I got that heavy duty specialty stuff that I only want 1 or 2 boxes of. I can actually just go down and buy it as I need a box now. Don't have to order a ton of it just to justify the shipping. So I was really happy to find Limitless America here locally. They actually used to be a wakeboard shop that started selling some gun stuff, and then the gun stuff just took over their whole business. So I was really thrilled to find them. If you're local, you might want to check them out too. And yes, that's a little plug for their business because I like to support local businesses. So like I was saying, when you're going to buy ammo, if it's just general ammo, range ammo, or general basic full metal jacket, whatever, buy it from your local gun shops. It might cost you a little bit more money, or you might get 1 less box on your haul that day, but you're keeping your local gun-related businesses in business. You're keeping them vital, or vibrant, I should say. You're keeping them as being a vital part of your community is what I'm trying to say here. So that's very important, and it's definitely worth a couple of extra bucks. And if you want boutique stuff or fancy stuff, yeah, sometimes you might have to buy it offline. But it's much better to try to find a local place like this Limitless America that I found and buy it there. So try to buy local manufacturers. Try to buy from local shops. That's my whole point. Because those shops mean a whole lot more than just some place you can go into and check out the newest handguns before you go buy them online. They are they're a very important part of the gun community. And a lot of times they do a lot of the fighting. And a lot of times they are the only leverage that some pro-gun legislators have against anti-gun legislators. So quit being so cheap. Spend a little extra money where it counts. Because like I said, you might save a couple bucks on ammo buying it offline, but what's it really going to cost you in the long run if you lose your local gun-related industries? It's going to cost you a whole lot more. So start thinking a little bit of ahead. Spend a couple bucks more now so that you don't lose so much later.